crew. Saw the magician's assistant in half like who the are you? Who the are you? Who the are we? We be the dudes who just come over to water the lawn. We don't say hi, we just come over to walk your dog. We nice like that, we super nice like that. You can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? If you like it loud, we can make it loud. Can you hold it down? 'Cause we can hold it down. Yeah, you can hear me now.
Hello, everybody. And this is the NFL on EA Sports. One key thing to watch today will be the battle in the trenches. The Texans are top 10 in rush yards allowed, and they're going up against the Saints team that will need to figure out how much it can count on the run. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the New Orleans Saints and the Houston Texans. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Six yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. Shift together here from the D-line. And they'll run it here. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
This will be fielded at the 17. Now Hundley. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. They run the counter now on 1st down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. throwing, Hundley. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Now Brenza will boom it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on third and a tough 9. Offense in a little bit of a bind here. 9 yards to go on third down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And now a first down following that long gain.
Here we go now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, the hurdle. And he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one. And the Saints are going to get a first down.
Love the run right there. And when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
And on 2nd and 10 now. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So the offense puts the ball on the ground, but they pick it back up. Now they face a third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Fielded just inside the 20. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And now for the first time, we get a look at this defense that was very stout last week.
And all they expect to do is continue what they did a week ago. Play terrific defense and not permit that offense to get started.
Second down following the run. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Surveying the field. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 14 there. And that'll be good for a Houston first.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator. Recognizing the situation very well. Calling for the play action pass and completing it.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. To throw again. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Their dangerous wide receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. So the flag is for roughing the kicker, a big 15-yard penalty.
And I'm not sure that was the time to go all out after the kicker. Plenty of time left in this game.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Room here to run. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. They'll throw here out of the gun. And his throw is going to be incomplete. 3rd down and 4.
Here we go now.
They're going to look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Now they try the right side here. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converting. Play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
Let's go. 1-9.
On play action, they'll throw. He's got time in the pocket. Look at the time. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Saints with an extra defensive back here on 3rd on the field.
Could they blitz?
Now Hundley. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football.
Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Saints. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And as the referee is under the hood, and we're seeing this as well, he's watching the knee, isn't he?
Similar to a bang-bang play in baseball where you're listening to the sound of the ball hitting the glove at first base while watching the runner's foot hit the base. Which one came first? Did the knee hit the ground, or did the ball come loose?
Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And some room to maneuver. A nice carry there of 15 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. And that led to a really nice game.
Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. They come up in an offset eye. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Throwing, Hundley. He'll buy some time right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And he's able to put it through. Now Brenza will boom it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run.
And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will. Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Kyle Brenza now on for the field goal. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So they had great field position, but a three-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a three-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And now they're in the hurry-up.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Marcel Darius able to drop him for a loss of 4. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one, as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, the spin. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They go play action here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And some space here. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second down now after the incompletion.
Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play. That's a lot of beef thundering downfield off of the toss play. And it takes me back to when I was a kid and watching USC play. Remember the old toss that they ran? They used to call it student body right or student body left because everyone was out in front of the ball carrier. In fact, one of their favorite plays, it was called rose stem right or rose stem left, depending on the formation, 28 toss. The 28 toss was their bread and butter.
They'll come out in the pistol. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Old school defensive tackle play dictated just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if a guy came near, tackle it. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past him, get upfield, and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And he motions the wide receiver. Now Hundley. His throw caught right around the 6. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. From the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal now. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. And the seemingly endless drive continues. They come up in an offset eye. Throwing Hundley. That's caught at the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, Look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here it's third down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down. Now back to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
So times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
So 2nd and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Third down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And it's taken in at the 9. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense.
Heavy. Come on, let's go. What? 90. 56. Mike, 56. Right there.
They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
A gain of 3, second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
He'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Come on, let's go.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Ohio, flex round. Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down. It's a gain of 17 that time. And the Texans are going to have a first. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Ohio. Come on, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stays on his feet. Shreds the tackle. Still on his feet. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down. Have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
And he's got some space here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And his first throw here is incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded just inside the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Houston, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets.